and we're going to be focusing on both of their games, but it's time to get this final underway with session 1 so we can talk to Rob Walker.
What an extraordinary run for a player with an extraordinary temperament. For 2 long weeks, he's been nerveless, beating multiple champions en route to the first major final of his career. He's the 6th Welshman to make it this far. He's bidding to become only the 3rd qualifier in Crucible history to lead and live the big one. Always calm, always composed, the silent assassin, Jack Jones. His opponent back for a 2nd world final after incredible form. For 15 days, his game has risen to another level, and he will believe this is his time to shine. In the final 4 years ago, COVID denied him a rousing reception. So this time, let's make sure he hears the roar. Here comes the one and only warrior, Kyren Wilson.
We've had to wait 16 days for this. It's seed versus qualifier, England versus Wales, Kyren versus Jack. 2 curious, 2 pugilists. What happens when a warrior meets a silent assassin? It's time to find out.
The sun is shining on Sheffield today, but who will be basking in glory come tomorrow night? It's a matchup nobody predicted when this great event began. Kyren Wilson and Jack Jones for the World Championship title. Best of 35 frames, and it starts right here, right now, inside a packed Crucible. Customary photos with the trophy, and also Paul Collier, the referee, refereeing his last match on tour.
Kyren Wilson to break.
Jack Jones didn't seem to realise there was an interval, but he did well to take us there. Break of 67 in the 29th frame. Wilson, though, still 1 away. These are the frame scores. He's had, of course, 4 centuries along the way. Wilson, Jones won tonight. A couple of real close frames, though, have made a big difference. A couple decided on the black.
It wasn't an easy red. Nothing's going to be easy now. So close to the winning line. Missed it by a mile, and it's one of those forcing shots which has often caused him problems. I'm not sure exactly he's left a sitter. I don't know, did his hand slip? Sometimes his bridge hand might slip a little bit, because that is not a shot he'd really like to ever see again on replay. You know, all things considered, it's not finished too badly. And Kyren's got to play safe, remarkably, from that spread of the reds. It's one of the shots of the championship, I can tell you. And not only because of the way he played it, because it was on the back of probably the worst shot he's played all championship. He's some resilient player, isn't he? Remarkable, actually. I mean, that was such a great shot.
Eight. Nine.
It's quite a revealing thing just put up on screen. Wilson's highest break tonight, just 44. Jones has had a century. Chance for another big break here.
Yeah, well, to be fair, Kyren has been quite vulnerable tonight. He has not played well. And
16.
You know, it's looming large that he might end up world champion. Maybe that pressure has made it worse. Jack Jones has put pressure on him the whole match.
17.
Well, maybe not the whole match, actually, because the early frames were one-sided. But ever since then, you know, he's done what he's done to everyone else. He's just been at them all the time. And he's found ways to bounce back. But this would be the ultimate in bounce backs, wouldn't it, if you could get this match won?
$24.
Well, I'm going to say it. He's still on the black.
Tell you what, of all the reds that he was likely to play, that was about the 5th or 6th on the list. He took a long time working out that that was the red to play. It was quite a hard red.
32.
He certainly opened up the path to the black into both corner pockets anyway.
$33.
Just got far enough. But he'll be really stretching on this now. So this has got some difficulty about it. Played it well.
Well, of course, in the final last year, Mark Selby memorably made a maximum break, the first ever
40.
in a world final. It was a Mexican wave, actually, afterwards.
41.
A lot of work to do. As always, the frame's the important thing.
Well, never was winning the frame more important, I should think, because, you know, if he was to take a liberty here, then it's tournament
48.
championship over. So, yeah, absolutely, the frame is important.
$49.
You know, the shot here could be just to roll it in and get it behind that red along the cushion, even though it shouldn't be the one he plays on.
$56.
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't much wrong with Kyren Wilson's shot. You saw the tap on the table from Jack Jones because of the fluke he had the time before, the get out, really. It's all history now, isn't it? You're knocking reds out,
57.
everything here. Playing every shot in the book. This opening red, I mean, I honestly think it was one of the best shots I've seen in the whole 17 days. Where does he find this from, this inner strength? I don't know how he does it.
64.
I think he looks one of the strongest players I've seen mentally for quite some time. Sort of Peter Ebdon-like, who was a champion here, of course. 2002.
So he needs a couple more pots to secure the frame. His highest break in tournament play, 1-4-3, Jack Jones.
$72.
Yeah, so the frame should be his, and now it's all about trying to make this maximum. Remember, there's a £40,000 bonus for anyone who can do it at the Crucible.
$80.
I must say, you spoke about the theatre and all the things that happen here. This would be the ultimate plot twist, wouldn't it? Something no one had thought of. Played the cannon, he still got a shot. But, of course, these four
88.
remaining reds make me think that even for Jack Jones and all his efforts, it might be a little too much. Frames long since won, at least. That's in the bag. Well, I think the shot here is to try and knock the top red out on the right cushion and land on the bottom one. So the red just to the left as we look now by his bridge hand. Oh, he's played it, he's played it. Oh, he's done it in a very different way. Wow, that was almost perfect.
96.
He's got to roll the red down the cushion now. I mean, from here, I've not seen a 1-4-7 attempt where the reds are so awkward now. It nearly happened.
Not to be. A valiant effort from Jack Jones. Ends at 96. He's pulled one back though. 17-13.
Thank you. The 31st frame. Jack Jones to break.
Yes, the 31st frame of a possible 35. He played what looked like a horror show of a shot, didn't he, in the last frame, Jack Jones? It looked like he left Wilson in amongst them. He hadn't. Left nothing. Wilson played safe. Jack Jones potted a great red, landed on the black, and then the drama of the 1-4-7 attempt that ended at 96. But he won the frame. Wilson, of course, led 17-11. It's now 17-13. Yeah, and the problem Wilson's got is tonight Jones is winning frames in a single visit. Made the century, made the 96, has a chance here straight away.
He's having a bit of trouble, isn't he, getting over the line, let's be honest. And not immediately have the chances come. And I think if he did get match ball, championship ball, I think he'd get it. But the process building up to it, he's just faltering a bit. You know, I think he thought he'd missed that. He gasped as if he'd missed the red. Kyren would have heard that and it wouldn't have cheered him up to see the red still go in. That's why we always say the pink is protecting the bunch. But between frames, you know, I'm not seeing him so relaxed and happy, having a little chat with people in the audience, Jack Jones, because he is still in the final, but he's also in the top 16. He's got £200,000. He's in everything, the champion of champions. You know, he's arrived. So no one really could deserve it more than him.
Jack Jones 6.
But that is the, you know, the worst case scenario of tonight. All of those things.
Yes, and he will have experienced this great occasion, which not every player has done. Wilson, in stark contrast to Jones, who was laughing and joking with people, was just staring straight ahead. Hasn't quite got the brakes going yet tonight. 44 is highest.
Fantastic. Forced into playing it. Beautiful. And he's on the black. I'm just looking at the black spot. It looks as if the black will go on there, and he's having a long look now and obscuring our view, but I think it spots, and then it's a question of does the red that he would like to play on, that's close to the black spot, then stay available. Well, he nearly missed it. The black, that is. So the path of the cue ball was unplanned.
8.
It's not an easy table. You can see the black is buried now when respotted. You just know that
9.
if the moment comes when Kyren does pot match ball and then he's crowned champion, you know it's going to be emotional. You know the kind of guy he is. It's sure to be like that. But he's not there yet. Now this is a deliberate miscue. Oh, that looked like... Was that a legal shot, really? I honestly don't think that was a legal shot, you know. Could be my eyesight. All I'm saying is I felt it was a push shot. Anyway, I'm probably wrong. May not be too bad because obviously the red's available, but to get onto a colour from this red is all the wrong angles to do so. And you can, not if you could just smash the red in the middle of 100 mile an hour, because it probably will come out. You're trying to get position. Well, that is a very good shot indeed. Now he can go into the bunch from the blue.
Not quite the dream split. But he does have a red 2 right middle. Oh, and it stays out.
Kyren Wilson 6.
He has covered that red, though, to the middle. Could have been left an easier red than this. It's hard to say, though, that the stars aren't aligning for him, having fluked that black around the table to go 17-11 up. Oh, terrific red from Jack Jones. Pink looks like it'll be waiting.
Seven. Eight.
Well, the key to this frame surely is opening
13.
up that area around the black spot with the red's all crowded round.
$14.
It's a kind of moment where you could make 25, 30 more points from here, and it would seem an awful lot. With those 4 reds lined up down the
20.
middle of the table by the black spot, none of them available. So if you're behind, how are you going to get back into the frame with those there?
21. $26.
I'm sure his supporters are thinking, if only he could have started the final like this. He was ill at ease yesterday afternoon, let's be honest, fell 7-0 adrift. Wilson was playing well.
$27.
Very tricky, this little shot. Oh, very nice. Beautiful. It's almost like people think that this is just a
33.
in defeat, a sort of a last rally, but you know, you wouldn't put anything beyond him, would you, Jack Jones? You know, a couple of frames he lost, one tonight, one last night, which should have really been the end for him, but no one has told him this.
$34.
So the last loose red until
40.
he needs to disturb the 4, and if he can get a nice split, he may well have pulled another one back.
41.
Maybe he's just off straight on this pink. Not ideal.
No, but the points are mounting up, aren't they, in his favour? Top spin, around the angles. He was torn between the 2 cushioned way into them, which was a bigger target, or Playing across one cushion, it was quite narrow because all the reds are lined up down the middle there. Bottom line is, though, it's a handy lead. Not to say that with the colours all open, he can't get back into the frame. Behind the green is the plan. That's another wonderful shot, isn't it? Wonderful shot. There's one thing recognising the shots there, but then he goes and plays it perfectly.
No doubt Jones in this session is playing the better snooker, and he's keeping Wilson firmly under the cosh. Yeah, that was delicately done. That could have gone wrong. That could have been 17-14 easily.
Well, it's okay. He has left Kyren Wilson the chance to sort of play an attacking safety shot himself here. You're going to spread the three reds, but if you can get the cue ball right down into a danger area in bulk, then he could find just an in the frame, way back. Not quite achieved it, and pushing the yellow safe has not done the job. Not with a deficit of 38 points. So at least he can free the yellow now and get the snooker behind the green, so that does change things somewhat.
So Jack Jones is in front in the frame by 37, but snookered here with three reds left. Wilson needing this frame to become champion. We haven't had a single ranking event this season whose final has gone to a decider. Just saying.
He's showing interest in his red down the cushion. Well, that's very good. Now, this is what I'm saying. Maybe the comfort break has just changed the mood a little bit. All of a sudden, something's emerged from nothing for Kyren Wilson to get the job done here. He's on the blue perfectly. He might have to nudge one of the reds, the right-hand red. And that will just play in by the black. No, it's not bad. Not bad.
Well, it's agony, isn't it, for the parents and the family and the supporters. We'll see them at the end for sure, if he can get this done. One last push for the line required.
Yeah, and well, turns out that he's not able to pot it.
Kyren Wilson, 6.
Well, there you see it, 31 the lead, so Jones needs red plus brown or above to get to the snooker's required stage. Well, he really sized himself up, didn't he? He was furiously chalking the tip of his cue, getting ready to play the shot.
Yeah, I think Jack will have the shot here to pot this and maybe just retreat up the table. I know he wants a relatively high-value colour, but I think the red's not so easy that you can take the risk of bringing Kyren back into the frame. So I think if he pots the red, anything could happen. He could lay a snooker. Just might have to get the cue ball away from that area in trying to pot it. Well, he played it more positively than I thought. All credit. There's no running away from this Jack Jones. Going up the table, this is now giving him a high-value colour. All credit to him. Well, if he rolls this in, it's definitely his frame. It's a snooker needed anyway.
7.
But the disappearance of this red means another frame's on the board.
Well, he's really standing up to it, isn't he? And he's going for it, and this is getting a lot closer. 3 on the spin now. Wilson hasn't made a half-century break tonight. Pressure gathering on his shoulders. Frankly, Jack Jones looks like he's enjoying himself. So, something on the table that he didn't like. And that black removes any doubt. Well, there's something flying around that he's just asking Paul Collier to deal with. There it is. Flew away. But Jack Jones is not going away. Certainly, if he can win the next 17-15, then that is anybody's match. That's one way to pot it.
17.
And the crowd are on his side here. They're cheering on the comeback.
20. $24.
And suddenly it's like Judd Trump's out there. What have he got for us here?
29.
Another frame to the Welshman. That's 3 in a row. Piling pressure onto Kyren Wilson to get this one. Still 1 away at 17-14. 17-14. It's one of those curious things about this tournament. If it had been 14 each and he was 17-14 up, he'd be feeling great. But the fact is it was 17-11. And he's had chances since, and he's not over the line in this final. Well, you can see the Wilson supporters are looking a little glum. They're still leading. He's still leading 17-14. This is where all the mental work is done. That's where it all comes in moments like this, to stay positive.
Well, still that very straight cue action stands in good stead, though. It's just that he's not making much of his chances now. Those sort of shots, he's been bread and butter all the way through. Those two reds could be made into a plant, but they're goodness, they're a long way apart. Can't think that's on his radar right now, unless there was no other route in behind a red. Well, that's a very good shot to finish there. He's not quite the angle on the red he would love. He'd just love to be just a ball's width lower than the angle of straight. Now he's got to just play the cannon. Now, is this the moment where he takes some kind of control over the frame? It would be a very early call to think that, but he is at least in first. Well, he's missed a rest shot, although I don't think that's not really about the rest shot, is it? It's just about finding the angle. Clearly it was with that implement, but he's got a few issues, hasn't he? Let's be honest. No point in pretending otherwise. He's been put under pressure and he's feeling it. He absolutely is.
Jones has eyed a plant to middle.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether the red below it is just covering the natural plant angle. It's tight, isn't it? Wasn't on. It was not on. There was a red in the way. And it looked in the way, actually.
Another big shot for Wilson, black waiting.
Well, everyone's under pressure, including people who thought that was in when it wasn't.
Yeah, well-weighted safety. There's no rule about what order you take to get to 18. He was 7-0 up, of course. He did a lot of the damage yesterday. He did pull away tonight, didn't he? At one point there was 3 in it earlier today, 6 in it at 17-11, back to 3 again now. Just needs to run.
Foul. And a miss. Kyren Wilson, 4. Back. Yes. Okay, thanks. Foul. And a miss. Kyren Wilson, 6. Just have a quick look at that, please.
Well, it's just going to be a bit of adjusting
This red went down.
being done here. Red was shifted, obviously the pink as well. Tatiana Wollaston is helping him.
So the ball, the red that you moved,
Yeah.
half a ball towards the pink. Yeah, and then literally a touch towards yourself.
As long as it's close.
Yeah,
'cause
that
it
looks
doesn't-
close, yeah. And then the pink, quarter of the ball towards you. Touch more, more. And a bit more towards yourself. That's it, yeah.
Well, that was all sorted out by Tatiana very efficiently, as you'd expect, and quickly.
Okay.
Well, he's going to be warned,
Yeah,
isn't he? You
just
can see
look at
red
it. We'll
full,
have a look at it.
so that's going to be coming.
Those 2 reds look good. If there is another red
There's a little
moved,
gap where the white needs to go forward a bit there.
the cue ball needs to go forward.
Yeah.
Half a ball forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the reds are fine on them, so okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, he's got to be warned, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Kyren just sort of held 3 fingers up to remind him.
Didn't think he was going to remember with all the other things on his mind.
Well, the bottom line is, and this is how stark this is, he's got to hit a red, otherwise the final's over. So he's absolutely got to make sure. Otherwise, Kyren Wilson would become world champion in the most extraordinary way, on the 3 strikes and you're out rule.
It's left a ticklish problem here. I mean, obviously he could go for this red, but he's doing a whole world of damage potentially if it doesn't go in. I mean, he'd probably get it, but just all bets are off, aren't they, at the moment, as to what you could pot and not pot. Well done. It deserves to be on something. But this is the frame he needs to be world champion, and it's swimming through treacle. It springs to mind, doesn't it? Just getting it done. It's a horrible shot on the blue to keep the break going. I mean, again, if he misses it, he's leaving everything. The red to the middle would be very handy here. It's easier than a red to the corner. Now he has this chance to get away, pull away eventually, shake off Jack Jones.
Seven.
What a moment.
Yes, it's what all the work for many, many years has been for, to have the chance to become world champion.
I've no idea what he played there, because there's nothing on that left side that he even wants to be anywhere near. I'm sure he played to finish somewhere about 4 foot away from where he did finish, to pop one of the reds below the black into the left corner, and the cue ball's gone miles out, quite honestly. Sometimes difficult when the ball is close to the pocket to gain control over it, but he was a long way from doing that.
Another score and chance that didn't come to much.
He's lucky there. The cue ball's finished on the side cushion, because if it hits the yellow more of it, then he would fancy Jack Jones to pot this. From there, it's a very unpleasant shot, cueing wise. The drama's mounting all the time.
Well, the red did its best, didn't it, to drop. Black's gone safe, but blue and pink available.
One.
Well, his cue ball controller's completely deserted him. That is understandable. I think he'll always be good with the rest. He'll always be good at hitting straight through the ball, but now he really has tightened up. And I think he's got the point now where he doesn't quite care how he wins his frame, as long as he ends up with more points than Jack Jones in it. That's all he cares about. The situation's getting quite serious. He's even missing with the rest. Well, I don't know if Jack Jones can get back into this frame, but if he did, well, I honestly think they could win the match then. But 29 behind with the balls where they are is a decent lead.
Yeah, that green with the rest, the sort of ball he's been punching in the whole tournament. All fluency seems to have gone this evening.
One.
Well, that white has just run to the cushion. I mean, the green is cuttable, but it's nasty.
Yeah, the cue ball is heading in towards reds here, but it isn't a nice shot from underneath the cushion, as you're saying, because he wants to play it with a degree of pace, and you can lose your accuracy from the cushion doing that. I think he felt that he couldn't hit it as hard as he'd like to.
Four.
Reds to middle, but he'd have to run through another red and be on the pink. Safe in the knowledge all the time that, you know, that he could be about to play his last shot, but that's been the case for a while now. The shot goes wrong. That goes.
Jack Jones, four.
Well, there's something good has come out of that for Jack Jones. He pushed the black out, and that is a ball that he could need in play. So some good has come out of a bad shot.
Apart from the odd cough, dead silence in this Crucible Theatre this evening, a venue that, of course, has witnessed so much drama over 5 decades. Kyren Wilson being tested on the greatest stage we have. Still favourite for sure, but still needs the frame.
Well, he's winding up to play this red down into the right corner pocket here. I'll be honest, I'm not fancying him to pot anything at the moment that's not over the pocket. Pressure's huge. It was a difficult shot, don't get me wrong. But if you're a neutral, you'd like to see this go all the way. But it will be hard to stand, even for someone that's not got an interest in either player. He's playing the double here. He's playing it. Interesting shot selection. To be honest, it was quite a rash decision, wasn't it? To play the double. If you hit the far jaw, it always comes back towards the object ball. The cue ball object ball close together. Wow, he's got another golden chance to just put distance between himself and Jack Jones in the frame. Whether that's to actually win it here, I don't know anymore.
Well, it's a definite chance of some sorts. Kyren Wilson, they say that, you know, the old saying, proficiency at snooker is the sign of a misspent youth. His head teacher gave him Fridays off to play at an academy to hone his skills. Are we tonight at his graduation ceremony? His family hopes so. He's opened the reds up, so this is a definite chance now, if he can stay cool and in control of himself, to finally get this one.
Yeah, and this is where all those hours of practice, getting that grooved cue action that he's got, that it's so good. If it was ever for any moment in his snooker career, it's this very moment. There's only 35 in front, so you're backing yourself and your technique to do enough. It's what all those hours of toil are for.
11.
Not a great shot. This pink to middle is decidedly missable. Well, it's good, but not necessarily decisive.
17.
This next one feels like the big one, doesn't it? If he gets this, a definite chance to close it out. Very crisply done.
18.
Well, the family and friends really do go through it, don't they, up there on that balcony, probably sitting in the same spot that's been lucky for maybe the last 2 days or maybe 5 days of the one table, hoping that that luck will continue. He can see the winning line now. He's just got to stay at the table and just, whatever colour he takes, just take reds off. He's found it quite difficult to get over the line, but he's got this opportunity. Slightly in between, but he's trusty rest shot here.
22.
Which he won't mind reaching for the rest, because that's what he does so well.
Keeps looking at that scoreboard, almost willing it to tick over. It will do if you pot a few more balls.
23.
So it's 2 more pots, effectively, to get to the snooker's required stage. Jack Jones, what a tournament. He's put him through everything here in this final. Here we go then. This is the moment that he's been dreaming of his whole life. He always believed he could become world champion. If he pots this next red, barring snookers, he will be. The whole 17 days, plus all the qualifying before that, the whole month here in Sheffield has come down to this next shot. You cannot blame him for that celebration, because my word, he's been put under it tonight by Jack Jones, but he kept the belief, and there it is on the winning ball.
A big family man, and he's looking up there to his very proud family. Why wouldn't he? It's been tense. But he feels that he's done all the work now, and of course if this next red goes in, then it's definitely the end for Jack Jones.
He barely has the energy to even come back to the table just for the victory lap. This tournament is so draining. It's not just about the 17 days, it's all the years, the disappointments along the way. He's lost in a final before now, lost heavily to Higgins last year. But from the off this year, he looks superb, and you can see the realisation dawning on him as every second passes now. He's looking up to his family, the tears are coming to the eyes.
Can't see anymore.
Yeah, he says, I can't see. His eyes are misted in tears. What a moment. Kyren Wilson has conquered the crucible. He becomes world champion for the first time, a lifelong dream realised for the warrior, who had to show his mettle as Jack Jones came back at him, but he stood tall as his brother Taylor gives him a big hug, and now the tears really are flowing. And there, through good times, bad times, this is the best time. The iconic silver trophy is his.
Your champion, Kyren Wilson.
The Crucible acclaims Kyren Wilson, the 2024 World Snooker Champion.